when I call it the dumbest or most pathetic coup, or one of them in history, what I'm referring to is the very fact that um, Trump, although he has this moment in Hutchinson's testimony where he lunges for the steering wheel of his SUV so that he can be taken to the Capitol, and then it is thwarted by his Secret Service detail, who say that they're not capable of doing this. You're right. That's very out of character for him, and it would have really changed the dynamic of the situation. What he in fact did was went back to the White House and sat around for hours. So the very content of these hearings is pretty strange, I think, from the perspective of anyone who looks at coups elsewhere in the world, where, as you say, that there's several models of a classic kind of caudillo coup, where there is a physical attempt to thwart the legitimate handover of power or the legitimate governance of the country. And that happened. That's what makes it a coup. What is strange about this is that the actual orders and action by Trump that would have really caused this to be a coup in a more familiar sense didn't happen. I mean, he was sitting back and observing it, as if to say, it would be nice if someone did all the risky things that go into making a coup, but I'm not going to do it myself. It would be as if, I mean, one sort of template for this would be the beer hall putsch of Hitler. And, what if Hitler, instead of going to the Bürgerbräukeller himself, firing a shot into the ceiling and saying the government is dissolved, instead just stayed back and waited for someone to tell him that someone else did it for him? That would be a strange turn of events. And that seems to be what has happened here, where Trump could have issued all sorts of orders that would have made this an unambiguous coup and made the January 6th committee proceedings kind of irrelevant, because they would have established very clearly what had happened and also made it more likely that the coup would have succeeded. And he just didn't do these things because, as he has been for as long as he's been a political figure, he's been characterized by this lethargy, this inaction, this aversion to exertion and to personal risk. And in fact, that's what happened. Luckily for the United States, because that's probably what kept the attempted coup from being a possibly successful one.